Welcome, nerds, to another episode of the Nerd Rundown podcast, where we cover the latest in the nerd world of movies, TV, and more. I'm one of your co-hosts today, Darren Stemple. My co-hosts today are our social media manager, Big Morg 3000, Morgan Santo.
Hi.
Back on the show, my love, Brett King.
That's not what it says on the script. It says, Brett, stop and read the teleprompter, King.
All right, yeah, let me go back. Slow it down a little bit. There you go. Okay, back on the show is Brett, stop and read the teleprompter, King, and our very first female co-host, Meagan Bradbury, a.k.a. Meg, a.k.a. Peaches. Welcome
Hi.
on the show.
Thanks. Good to be here.
Yes. Per the usual, you can find us on our social media like Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at The Nerd Rundown. And while you're there, please hit that like button and subscribe button. You can also listen to us on all the other major podcast services. Before we get into the show, as with every new host that we bring on, we like to know what kind of nerd they are because we're all nerds in our own way. So, Meg, what kind of nerd are you?
Up until our trip to Universal Studios Orlando, I would have said I was a Harry Potter fan, but I'm definitely a full-blown Harry Potter nerd for sure. Not into the comic books, but I do love the Marvel movies and just general like trivia. I go down the IMDb rabbit hole way too often, way too long. And I'm the type of person that has to look up like what movies this person's been in, who they're married to, what they've written, all of that stuff.
Well, it's called a stalker. It's not a nerd.
Yeah.
They're on lists.
I haven't crossed any boundaries yet, so.
I think you could probably call that like you like to know the details nerd too, you know?
Yes.
You got to know all the details. What movie is that person in? What TV show is this person from? So,
where have I seen them and why do I know them?
Yeah, I am that person.
What do they have for breakfast on Sundays?
What is their daily schedule?
What's their daily routine?
They go
How do
on
they
a
enter
walk
the door?
through the greenbelt? Well, we do have a fantastic show for you all today where we'll cover some of the biggest news items from this past week on the rundown on what was a pretty busy week leading up to the Super Bowl this weekend, where I'm sure we'll get even more great nerd goodies for next week's show. And then we'll open up the nerd box and answer a question from a first-time submitter. So with that, let's get to the rundown. First on the rundown, we have the official Jurassic World Dominion trailer released. I'm going to go to Meg, first-time host, long-time listener, first-time host. Is that how it goes? What'd you think of the trailer, Meg?
I feel like this is definitely a movie we're going to have to get a babysitter for so we can go see it. That's kind of how I rate movies now. So, I mean, it's got everything that you could ever want in a movie. It looks like motorcycles, dinosaurs, action, Chris Pratt. I'm good with it.
Yes, Chris Pratt.
I didn't see him shirtless in anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the one.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited. I mean, I grew up with Jurassic Park, obviously, so this is great to be able to see it in my 30s.
Hell yeah. Brett King. Read the teleprompter, Brett King.
It's scary to say things like in my 30s. That's although I think it's only be scary for one more year. Then I'm going to wish it was like that. I set up I built a drive-in at the house a couple times when especially over COVID, because it was like you can go to movies. And the first movies we watched were the two Chris Pratt Jurassic World ones. So yes, this is one that for me, not liking trailers, I will go and see this one.
Yeah.
So I give it a 4 out of 5 meow meow beans.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good. It's pretty good. It was really good to see the old JP crew show up too, and
yes.
The old "don't move" line is uttered by both leads from both sets of franchises. So I thought that was kind of like a cool. I mean, Spider-Man No Way Home had the greatest like callbacks to other movies ever, and they did it right. And feels like they're doing it right. What'd you think, Morgan, about the trailer?
I'm super excited.
And are you going to take Carson to this one to scare him?
I am. So I'm going to do the opposite of Meg, and I traumatize my kids as often as I can. So I'll take him to this. I think he's a little bit better, as long as we don't see that. As long as we don't see the long necks crying out because it's about to be engulfed in lava, I think it'll be good. I'll make sure to shove Skittles in his mouth while he's crying, like try and stop him.
You gotta learn from your mistakes more. How have you learned from your past mistakes?
I have not.
He is going to be the leader of the resistance in the future, right? Right, Brett? So
you gotta be prepared. And the Skittles should help with the diabetes.
That's right.
It's called the twofer.
It was a big week for trailers, and next on the rundown, we got a really big one. Our first official trailer for the movie Lightyear. The Buzz Lightyear action figure from the Toy Story franchise is getting a backstory for his real character, and I can't freaking wait for this movie. I'm gonna go to you, Brett. Lightyear trailer, get your
I can freaking wait. Like
going.
it's not for me. Like
Lightyear, are you serious?
Yeah, I'll watch it when it's on Disney Plus, but I'm not gonna give them actual monies from my pockets.
Hey, can't all have a love for this movie. It's okay. Not everybody in the world will.
No, if they did one, which will be very hard to do, if they did one about the Slinky Dog with Norm Macdonald, I would pay monies for that.
That would be amazing. Meg, what did you think of the Lightyear trailer?
I mean, I don't think I'm going to be running to the theaters to see it, but I'll definitely watch it. And it took my brain a minute to figure out what I was watching because it just sort of popped up when I was going through trailers yesterday. But I mean, it looks fun. It looks awesome. I want to see the backstory, but yeah, I'm not going to pay to see it, but I definitely want to see it when it comes out for free.
Okay. More?
I'm excited. I think I will go to the theaters to see it. I'll take Carson. I think it looks good. I'm excited, and do we know is this supposed to be like a movie in the Toy Story universe? No. Or are we supposed to be like Buzz Lightyear is real?
Yes.
I think it's kind of like it's like watching the Ninja Turtle movie and having the action figures. Like the action figures weren't in the movie. The action figure was based on the movie. So I think this is the character that the action figure was based off of.
Okay.
Yes, but yes, like Andy could be going to school and learning about the actual real Buzz Lightyear in that universe. Does that make sense to you?
See, I was thinking that this is like a movie. Like we're going to watch the movie and then it's
not real life, Morgan.
It's going to end with like Andy in the theater, like, oh, I want a Buzz Lightyear toy,
Oh, I see what you're saying. No, but they say that the Buzz Lightyear toy is modeled after this like great space guy, So whether it's from a movie or if he's like an actual, like he's like our Buzz Aldrin, or John Glenn.
We should get like a chart going. Well, like all these movies that you guys put on that you say you're going to go see, I feel like we should put a tick next to every time you go see it. I think you guys act like you live at the movie theaters.
Now I have to go see it.
Now, and then we'll see who wins.
I wish I lived at the movie theater. I
don't think I've been to the theaters in like 3 years.
That's too bad. There's some movies you got to go see. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay. Well, I'm definitely excited. I love this idea. And then if this does well, what do you get next? After that, you get
Slinky Dog.
Woody. Yeah, Slinky Dog. Woody.
All right.
Like he's probably like an old time. He's
Clint Eastwood
an old time cowboy. Yeah. Yep. So I'm excited. I can't wait. next on the rundown, we got a DC Comics movie universe movie preview trailer for what's coming in 2022. All the 4 movies combined into one trailer. So you had the Batman, you had Black Adam, or Black Adam, the Flash, and
Aquaman.
Yeah,
I forgot it because no one cares.
Aquaman
yeah, exactly.
Aquafina.
George
basically
W.
proved my
Bush's
point.
favorite one. Can't forget that.
Aquaman 2.
Morgan, I know you love these things that they just throw a bunch of scenes at you at once. What'd you think?
Overload. No, I don't know. Like, there's some cool footage. Batman's the one I'm most excited for. It's just, I just don't have that much of an interest in it as I do with like Marvel, because I know all of this should connect, but they're just going to flop and not do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Meg, you are not necessarily a DC fan, but you like the Marvel Universe. Do any of these DC characters pique your interest?
So I rewatched the Batman trailer, and with these headphones on, it was super, super fun. Way cooler than just watching it on my phone with no headphones. So
Why
that
push
one,
the kids off? No.
leave me alone. Yeah, no, the Batman, I think I'm still interested in. I don't know anything about Black Adam other than Dwayne Johnson is in it, and I'm fine with that. I'll watch it.
DJ.
Aquaman, I don't care. Didn't see anything with Aquaman ever. Don't care to. And the Flash, I don't really know much about the Flash either, so that one doesn't interest me as much. But definitely Batman and Black Adam.
Interesting take. Kinger?
I'm with DC. They can make them a trailer. Like, they know how to make a trailer. They just don't know how to make a movie. So the trailer looked good. Yep, it looks great. I am excited for Batman, but I will go to the theater that, and you can put a tick by my name because I will. The other ones, I probably won't go see just because I don't have faith enough to believe that they can do anything right. Like, it looks like they're already putting the cart ahead of the horse by just putting this trailer out. Like, they've got ideas, and they're letting you know they have the ideas, and they haven't established
not that they're going nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, they've literally got to put this new Batman into this universe, and they haven't even talked about that. They've thought about that.
Yeah. Well, we may get an answer to that when we see the Flash. Mark, what are you most excited for? Batman, right?
Yeah, Batman.
Yeah.
And you too, Brett?
Yes.
More Meg, was Batman the most?
Yeah.
Because Eric, we sent him a question for him to rank what these 4 ones are.
Wait, so now we're sending questions outside of us to each other now?
Well,
did he get out of the
Don't
nerd
think
box?
about it.
We forgot to mention that we had a nerd box question submitted, but it was already part of the rundown. So we wanted to give Colby Zell credit for sending in a question about, what was the question, Morgan? It was which one of these would suck or something?
Yeah, which one of these is going to suck the most? Something like that.
I mean, we all know it's the easy answer of Aquaman. Anyway, so he sent in that Nerdbox question. We combined it to be part of the rundown. And then Eric, also seeing that a Nerdbox question was sent in his answer, which is where he ranks these. He says, Batman good, Aquaman bomb, Black Adam second best, and The Flash mediocre. Which felt like Kevin from The Office. Kevin from The Office saying, as little words as he possibly can.
I think Flash will be at the bottom. I think they're going to try and do too much.
More so than Aquaman, huh?
Well, I thought Aquaman was good.
Yeah.
Aquaman was mindless entertainment, which is fine.
Yeah.
I just hated how they made him seem like a dumb jock. Because I don't know, it just threw me off.
Stupid jocks. Are you not excited to see Michael Keaton's Batman, Fred?
Oh, in The Flash? That's exactly why I think they're going to do too much with it. I think they're going to try and connect way too many dots in one movie. And to be fair, like not anyone, but most people who were Flash fans have probably watched the Flash series, and you've seen how many different seasons of the Flash versus someone faster, and to beat that person, you got to go faster. And then the next season, you meet someone that's faster, and you've got to beat them by going faster.
That's because the Flash has the greatest power. He has family.
And that's
Dominic Toretto.
You're gonna have to come up with something really original in the movies, because you've already done the faster thing.
Well, it's their multiverse movie, and so
yeah, and I don't think they're gonna have like a villain, like he's fighting a villain in this. I think it's just gonna be a flashpoint. He decides, to travel back in time to save, things get messed up.
Right. Which means it's gonna break open their multiverse, and that's how we get Batman, Keaton Batman in this universe. And
I think with Black Adam, and I think with Aquaman, you have less to compare it to. Like you've got Aquaman has one other movie, and
that's a good point.
Black Adam doesn't really have much. Nobody knows a whole lot about him. It'd be like Shazam. Like no one knew a whole lot, so it was good. Yeah. But with the Flash, you've got a whole series. It's been on for I don't know how many seasons.
Yeah, it's like compare it to 10 or 11 now, isn't it?
It's a lot of seasons.
Yeah. Well, like we always say on the show, make mine Marvel. We want to believe in DC. I think the Batman's going to be incredible. I do think that, but everything else, and that seems to be separate from this other DC universe they have. So we'll see. Next on the rundown, we talked about this a little bit last week in the Netflix movie preview, but we got a trailer for the Ryan Reynolds led movie, The Adam Project. Really cool story where Ryan Reynolds comes from the future to meet himself. So no Back to the Future rules in this movie, but really cool story idea for that. So Meg, from your perspective, what do you think is this movie all about?
I really enjoy time travel movies, and this one looks really, really cool. Visually, I definitely want to see it, and I love Ryan Reynolds, so there's no question, but the time travel and all of that, how it works in each different movie and the rules that go along with it.
It's like a new class every time. You always got to learn the new rules.
You're not supposed to talk to yourself. So yeah, I don't know how that's going to play out, and I like that Mark Ruffalo's in it too, as the dad. So I think that'll be a fun dynamic between him and Ryan Reynolds.
Okay. Mark?
Yeah, the trailer looked really good. Anything time travel, I'm usually in. So you have me at time travel. Everything else doesn't matter. No, I'm excited for it. And Ryan Reynolds, I enjoy him and everything. So
yeah,
I'll be there opening day on my couch on Netflix.
Also, Jennifer.
You can't mark that one off.
I like it.
Yeah, I had Jennifer Garner in it as well as the mom. So pretty good looking movie. Brett, what do you think?
It looks like he's at least not playing the exact same part that he normally does. So I'm excited for that, and just to see a little bit more of his versatility. I'll watch it on Netflix. It's a babysitter movie.
Love the babysitter.
Who are you babysitting, Brett?
Tess and Trotter.
Yeah. Well, looking forward to it. Comes out in the next month, I think. March is going to be a big month. It's going to be a big month. Next, we have some big news as the Marvel Netflix series Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, The Punisher, Defenders. They're leaving Netflix. So Disney is getting their Netflix properties back under their control, just like they just recently got the Fox universe. Big news on some big time shows. They could be going to either Disney Plus or Hulu. So if they're on Hulu, they could still have some of the crazy, bloody, gory sex scenes, whatever. It was very NC-17 shows that you wouldn't think would be a good fit for Disney Plus. So Meg, I'm going to kick it off to you. Being a mom, What do you think?
I mean, we loved The Punisher, and I was looking forward to more of that. But definitely don't see that sitting on Disney Plus. But that's so we've got the Hulu subscription that comes with that, so that's good. What were the other ones?
You had Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist. But the greatest of them all was Daredevil by miles.
And see that. So I'm glad that we have the Disney Plus subscription, because I'm trying to get into that. Those episodes are a lot longer than some of the other shows I've been watching, because most of the stuff I watch is in like 20-minute increments here and there as I get time throughout the day. So it's hard for me to get into Daredevil, just because I don't know, we've been all sick for like the last month and a half. So haven't had much energy for shows and stuff, but I'm like, I don't know, halfway through the second episode. I'm liking it. I want to see where it goes. So I definitely want to keep watching. So I'm glad I'll still have access to it.
Yeah. Okay. Morgan?
I mean, they'll go to Hulu if they do go somewhere. I don't think we'll see them on Disney Plus, just because they are a little more graphic. I hope they go there, and I hope more is done with them, specifically Daredevil. I mean, anybody listening, if you haven't seen Daredevil, I'd be surprised, but watch it before it goes away from Netflix to be safe. Just watch it. It's probably my all-time favorite Marvel show. Perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. I know you're of the same mind on Daredevil, Brett?
I would say if you have a VCR, today is the day to start taping those things, because if they go away, you're not going to want to lose them.
Tape? What? What do you mean?
I feel like if they can have 8 Below on Disney Plus and make everybody cry, they can put a little bit of blood on there. Like, that's unfair.
That is
they're
true.
Okay
there's a
with,
lot of death
making
on
us
Disney
cry,
Plus.
but they're not okay with that.
Yeah. Well, there's also in Punisher, there's just recently went through season 1. There's a lot more SCX than I remember. First of all, going through that. Also,
which one can you see the Frank Castle? I lost his name. The Tom.
Oh.
Which one? Which service can you see that on?
The Good Movie. That one? Oh no,
Yeah,
the Tom Hardy.
No, not Tom Hardy. The other one. The first Punisher movie that
Tom James.
Tom James.
Which service can you see that one on? Because I know that's on one. And
Prime.
FX.
That's the movies.
Because I know I see that one.
DVD I have of it.
Because I think that would kind of let you know where it's going to get to. Because that Fox. Who owned that? Who owned that before? Yeah. No, that was Lionsgate.
Yeah.
So they produced it. I should do some research before I just show up and start belting things off.
Where are you going with this?
All right.
Yeah, it's on Amazon Prime.
AMC Plus.
AMC Plus.
Sling, Apple TV. Anyway.
The only one not doing research. I just got my hand.
I know. Yeah.
Everyone's like, shh. Now I'm like, I'm
anyway, all right. So what was your favorite series, Brett? From Netflix?
I don't even know. It's either Daredevil or Punisher. Like,
I know, but
whichever one's on, I like.
Yeah, those two are by far and away the best.
Oh yeah, the best thing.
And I liked it. I liked Frank Castle in season 2 of Daredevil too. I thought that was freaking amazing.
What was not to like about season 2?
It gets a bad rap for I love season 2. I thought the hand stuff was amazing, but they felt like it did too much at once at the second half of season 2. It was not of my opinion, but that's a common.
Which one did you like the least?
Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Defenders, maybe, actually.
No, like Defenders. Iron Fist.
Rewatching Defenders recently is better than I remember, but Danny Rand he's just annoying. I can't stand him. So did you have a different answer on that?
I think you go with either him or Luke Cage. I feel like they all suffered from that like mid-season peak and drop off. Because I thought Danny Rand was doing really well until he got his own company back. And then it was like, all right, this is not very, it just lost all interest and there wasn't any real challenge.
I did like his girlfriend in that show though. What's her name?
The one from The Matrix.
Yeah, I don't know. The Matrix. Yeah, she was Bugs in The Matrix. Can't remember her name, but she was great in that show, and she was, that's why she was included in the Defenders, because all the great side characters got, a bit in the Defenders. Anyway, the point is, you don't have much time left before they get off of Netflix. So if you don't have anything but Netflix, if you don't have anything but Netflix, you only have a limited amount of time before they leave. So watch as much as you possibly can because they're amazing. Even when they're bad, they're good.
So when you're not watching this podcast, you should watch those.
That's right. That's right.
Very, very good point. Quick news here. Russell Crowe has joined the Kraven the Hunter movie, which is part of the Sony Marvel universe. Venom, Morbius, Venom 2.
Possibly Andrew Garfield. We don't know.
Possibly Andrew Garfield. We don't know. We're fixing to find out for sure. Brett, Kraven the Hunter, get Russell Crowe.
You don't get such a word off.
Fiction.
It feels good.
Yeah. So
I'm not sure.
Crowe, who do you think who's he gonna be?
I couldn't even give you a guess. Like, because he would have been a good Kraven, to be honest. Like, he's definitely an older version,
especially in the early days.
So it might be. I don't know if they're going for the. And I doubt it. I think it's too soon. But there was like an older version teaching a younger version of himself, kind of in the comics. And I think they're not doing that. So he's probably another hunter that maybe Kraven is living in the shadow of. He's probably the other. I don't know if Kraven's a hero or villain in this, but I would say Russell Crowe is probably the opposite of him, if I had to guess. I bet he's another hunter that probably Kraven learned from, and then he's got to beat in order to become Kraven the Hunter. I just told you the whole freaking movie.
I'm pretty sure that's it.
I don't need to go see it now. There's the big rumors that he's playing the Chameleon, which is Kraven's half brother. Apparently, I didn't know that, but the age difference between him and
it seems too great.
What's the guy's name?
I don't think they'll do Chameleon.
Aaron Johnson, yeah. So
I
wouldn't surprise me if they add in the Chameleon in season.
I like Brent's theory.
Villain, so we'll see. But Kraven, I'm excited to see at least what they do. Their Sony universe hasn't sucked yet. It hasn't been great, but
they're the top two grossing movies.
Yeah.
2001. You can't say they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, Sony knows what they're doing.
They're top two.
All I'm saying is it hasn't sucked, but it hasn't been great. Like I haven't seen Venom movies, but did you say 2001?
2021, yeah.
Oh, 2021.
Last year.
Yeah. Listen, but SpiderMan is still part of the MCU. So MCU is not going to be helping with Kraven the Hunter, Marvel Studios. It's not a Marvel Studios movie. So that's anything where it's not tied to the MCU. I feel like it suffers. It's not as good. But that's my own personal opinion. Next on the rundown. Oscar noms were released this week. I don't think I saw any of the Best Picture nominations. There's a bunch of ritzy movies, but one big snub, Brett. Spider-Man No Way Home should have been nominated for Best Picture.
It's the Oscars. Who cares? Who cares? Who's watched the Oscars?
Well, it's a big thing where you have the biggest movie of the last 3 years, maybe one of the most well-received movies in years, critically, audience, has the biggest impact on Hollywood in years, how does it not get nominated for a Best Picture, Meg?
It's just one of those things. Do you want to make money? Do you want to win awards? Because you got to put together a different movie if you want to win awards.
Now I forgot what I
Money's
asked.
Money's a pretty good award. Like something about jumping and diving in that Scrooge McDuck house.
Yep.
It feels like an award in itself.
The dream right there. Meg, thoughts? Do you have thoughts on Spider-Man not being nominated for Best Picture?
I mean, I haven't had a chance to see it yet, but I've heard awesome things about it. I just don't think it fits into what the Oscars is looking for. Doesn't matter how good it is. But so I don't know. I don't watch the Oscars. I don't think seen 5 minutes of it in the last 10 years. So
It's been pretty bad lately. Morgan?
Yeah, I agree. I could care less.
Nice.
I don't watch the award shows because they mean nothing to me.
Again, information that would have been useful yesterday. Next on the rundown, we have just a really funny thing real quick. With the Razzies, the opposite of the Oscars, the Razzies for all the most terrible stuff in Hollywood over the last year got their nominations out as well. And there's an entire category dedicated to Bruce Willis and all of his movies that he was in last year. Morgan?
How dare they? What do they want from the man? All right.
Yeah.
He's a hero. They're all wrong. They're all wrong. Next thing you know, they're going to tell us Nick Cage does too much and he's not good either.
Oh my gosh.
You can own so many castles.
So many castles.
There's no award for owning castles, and there should be.
There should be. Yes. Award for the most castles owned. For the
Again, Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
No, Nicolas Cage. Oh, that's right. How many? I forgot about that. Meg.
So when I heard that news, I heard it on the radio a couple days ago. I went straight to IMDb, and of course, I had to look and see. And for years, he's put out several movies a year that no one's ever heard of, and none of them have a rating of above like 4. So I think he might be deserving of his own category. He's got some great ones, obviously, but he's got some pretty terrible movies out there.
Brett, tell me if you've seen any of these. This is the worst performance by Bruce Willis in a 2021 movie. Bruce Willis, American Siege. Bruce Willis, Apex. Bruce Willis, Cosmic Sin. Bruce Willis, Deadlock. Bruce Willis, Fortress. Bruce Willis, Midnight in the Switchgrass. Bruce Willis, Out of Death. Bruce Willis, Survive the Game. Holy shit, did he do a lot of movies last year?
That was in 2021.
Yeah.
How is that even
Normally I watch
possible?
a lot of crap movies.
Yeah, wow.
But I didn't even hear of any of those.
Seriously. I think I saw maybe Deadlock on Netflix, and I was like, oh, what's Deadlock? Oh, Bruce Willis. And I watched the trailer, I'm like, no. I don't want to see Bruce Willis like this.
He's never been afraid to try something new. Like, if there's one thing, he's never been afraid. I mean, he started off doing, like those, what was that sitcom he was on? Like, he's never been afraid to try something new. I mean, when he went to jump on Die Hard, people were like, he's not an action hero.
Yeah.
So he's never been afraid to step out of his comfort zone, try something new. I mean, there's a lot of movies. What's The Fifth Element is a strange movie that like people love it or hate it. But he took a chance in doing it.
I'm pretty sure he just does a lot in Texas.
When Bruce Willis did sci-fi, he nailed Armageddon, Looper, what's the Fifth Element? What's the robot one? That one was good too.
Oh, where like the consciousness is in the robot.
Yeah.
Oh, what is that?
I don't know. I
like that one.
I think it starts with a P. Anyway,
Potato.
Moving on. Potato. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. It's an acronym for something.
Last on the rundown, we got X-Men. We got. Come on, Meg. You got to correct me on that bad grammar there.
This is your show. I'm not going to step on your toes.
It's our show. X-Men 97. X-Men the animated series. Return to the world. being called X-Men 97. So the episode count has been released. There will be 10 episodes in this season. It will be the continuation of what happened at the end of season 5, where the Shi'ar Empire captured Lilandra, right? Lilandra and the Shi'ar Empire captured Professor X.
Spoiler.
So it's going to be a
I haven't seen it.
spoiler for season 5. Professor X, they're going to go on the hunt for Professor X. So Brett, my fellow X-Men nerd, X-Men animated series nerd, what do you think?
I think as long as they stick to a concept, stay consistent, I think it'll be fine. I think as long as they don't go crazy and trying to throw people in just to have a lot of the X-Men, I think they'll be fine. If you get your core X-Men, develop them, and then start branching out, I think you'll set yourself up for success. I think if you grab as many as you can, throw them all in as fast as you can, and work for a super diverse cast just for the sake of that, I think you'll get a higher chance of non-success, which is a synonym for failure.
Meg, did you watch this show? Have you, or do you plan to ever?
So I did bits and pieces as a kid. We only had like 4 channels growing up, and it was on whatever one of the 4 we had. So I would catch bits and pieces of it. Was it a Saturday morning? It had to have been Saturday morning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, I would catch bits and pieces of it. I think I always liked Storm when I was a kid, and Wolverine was always a favorite, but I had no particular reason for that.
Because he's the best at what he does.
But yeah, so I don't think I'm going to be catching this one, but maybe once Link's a little bit older, because I think, my kids are way too young at this point to get into that. But although she loves The Office, so who knows?
Who doesn't? I watched this with Penny a year or so ago, maybe a little bit longer than that, and it was like the best time of my entire life. Morgan,
I need to watch the 90s one over again. I tried watching it with my son a little bit, and it's hard for him with some of that stuff because it's just old, and he just knows it is. But I'm trying.
Old?
No, it's old.
Are they doing the same animation style as the 90s?
I'm sure it'll be updated.
1992 is old. Dang.
It is. It really is. But no, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope they do it right. And just literally pick it up, do the same thing, just a little better animation, better voice acting. A little more believable voice acting.
Okay. As I mentioned, during one show last year, the producers of the X-Men animated, or the creators of the X-Men animated show in the 90s, we spoke over Twitter for a short time, and they watched our X-Men episode, and getting that kind of feedback from them, and they liked it a lot. And they even posted it out on Twitter, and it was a really cool moment. But it was just like one of those special moments where my childhood connected with my adulthood, and I was in a happy place. So I cannot wait for this. It was my life, my life back in the early 90s, collecting the action figures. Man, that was some of the best times of my life. So
you can still collect them. Like nothing stops you right now.
That's true. In fact, it should be easier now. You're an adult. That makes money.
Honestly, I would love to do that. I would love to start trying to collect.
I mean, you should start the next topic here, and while we're talking about it, go and look at the ones they just released this week for the Marvel Legends action figures. Like they are very 90s X-Men.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
But you can do that right now. Like
trying to spend my money on Legos.
Right now, we're gonna go open up the nerd box, and I'll check that out after this.
No, like I said, start the next topic. Let us go, and then you do that.
There you go. All right. First time submitter of the show, friend of Megs, Hillary Brandner. Got it? Nailed it?
Yep, nailed it.
Hillary Brandner writes in, what Netflix show should I watch? So I thought, and you said, Meg, this is your friend, that she's seen most of the big ones. So we kind of had to dig deep on getting a suggestion for her. What is your suggestion, Meg? She's your friend.
This was really tough. And everyone I threw at her, she had seen, although she wasn't sure if she had seen the last season of Shameless. So that was my first suggestion. Ozark, because it's Ozark. It's amazing. But she had seen that. So this is so embarrassing, but I absolutely love the show Trailer Park Boys.
I can use that.
Very, very popular. Very popular one.
Any of the movies. And I would say stop at like season 9, I think. When they leave the park, it's not, I just don't think it's as good, but the first, 5, so good. So good.
BT and I were talking about that the other day, about when the like downward went to, and we thought it was when and I forget their names. There's Trevor and who was the other one?
Corey.
Trevor and Corey. I think when they left, I think it started going downhill. Yeah,
when it almost started to, when they switched parks.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Ricky got the girlfriend that was super crazy, it started wavering for me. And then when they left the park and went to Europe or something, I don't know. We stopped after that.
Well, yeah. Brett, would that be your pick? You got another?
There was one that was on my list. It was one that was between that one and another one. So I'll just give you the other one and act like
like we never just.
Now we all know.
The other one I would say is Arrested Development, because I feel like that is just smart comedy. Like I feel like you can watch that, rewatch that, and there's always a new joke. And it's one of those ones that, like, watching it once, there's no way you can get all the jokes. And then when you watch the second time, you'll pick up another one, because the way that's one of them shows. I think they sat down, they wrote it, and then they did it. Like they wrote all the seasons and they did it, because there's so many like hand jokes before Buster loses his hand that like there's no way that you can allude to that in like episode 2 or 3 and then have it happen a season later.
Right.
Jason Bateman at some of his best. Morgan, you got a pick for Hillary?
Yeah, mine is if she hasn't seen it, Midnight Mass. That is one of my favorite shows on Netflix. Very interesting, about a small town that gets a new priest and miracles start happening. Watch it. It's a miniseries. It's only one season. It's like 8 episodes. That's it. It's all done, wrapped up. So I really like that format of doing stuff like that. Midnight Mass. Did
you go back
phenomenal.
And watch the other one that I told you about?
Yes.
You did watch it?
Yes.
And you still like Mass better?
I do like Mass better.
Which one are you talking about?
The season, I don't know if you want to call it season, the Haunting of Hill House.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm big fan Midnight Mass.
I mean, it's not really a season, but it's got
they're not.
It's all I believe
they're like
right?
movies.
Writers.
Yeah.
I think it's the same writers. It's a lot of the same cast.
Yeah.
It's just not. They didn't go American Horror Story season 1, season 2, season 3. They just kind of.
It's like movies in a universe.
Yeah.
No, I'm a big fan of Midnight Mass. I think
is Midnight Mass really like a horror genre or thriller or sci-fi?
Thriller horror.
Okay.
Yeah, but not. You trust me. It's very, very good. There's some unexpected turns, and
how do you trust a guy that doesn't like Luke Skywalker?
I don't.
Luke Skywalker's growing on me now.
Oh,
he's growing on you now?
Because of Book of Boba Fett and actually seeing
it.
So like the 10 minutes is in that?
Yeah, he did more in that than
that's the tipping point?
Yeah, those 10 minutes were the best of anything he's done.
Okay, listen here.
Anyway, Midnight Mass is actually pretty good.
Sorry to get you in the middle of our Luke Skywalker fight here. My pick is Bloodline. Has anyone seen Bloodline?
That's got the guy from Monday Night Lights, right?
Yeah, Monday Night Lights?
Friday Night.
Yeah, Friday Night Lights. Yeah, Kyle Chandler, Coach Taylor.
And then his brother is the... he's in Captain Marvel.
Skrull, yeah, he plays the Skrull. Ben Mendelsohn.
Oh, like the older guy?
Phenomenal performance by Ben Mendelsohn. In fact, the show kind of like, there's 3 seasons of it. Might be 4. It's either 3 or 4 seasons. And the last season's like 5-6 episodes. But
is he like a bad guy in it, Ben?
Ben Mendelsohn is a bad guy in
I haven't seen this.
Which, mild spoiler alert, but okay. There was an episode where Kyle Chandler's daughter gets kidnapped, and I was a new father that year watching that, and I had never experienced chills and like an adrenaline rush like that, because I finally like felt like what it would be like to like have your baby.
Like, you immediately watch Taken.
Yeah,
you just recorded it on your
for preparation.
Then you just go outside and just start shooting stuff.
Yeah, but I was that was a crazy moment in my life. Like I would never experience that kind of like fear. So
wait until
an incredible.
It's going to take out your kid in North Carolina.
Incredible show that starts off slow. The first 4 episodes or 3 episodes, you kind of start picking up in the 4th episode, which Netflix used to be famous for. If you kind of Daredevil is a 13 episode season, which they don't really do that length anymore. And maybe because it was a little bit slower in the first few episodes usually, but going back through it recently, I was like, this is going pretty fast, especially season 2 of Daredevil. Anyway, great question, Hillary. If you have other streaming services,
Ted Lasso,
Amazon Prime, or Apple Plus, Ted Lasso has got to be the pick. So that's just the freaking show.
Phenomenal.
Or Paramount Plus with Yellowstone. Those are the 2 best shows.
Yep, sure got that Yellowstone mug right now.
Or on Netflix, you can go Cobra Kai, which is incredible too. So.
Yes.
Oh, you know what? I just watched the trailer for season 5 of The Last Kingdom. Have you guys watched that?
Nope.
Add that to your list, because that show is amazing. That's like a top 5 show. The dream show. I dreamed about it when watching it. That's how good it was. Meg, thank you so much for joining the show. First time female co-host. I don't feel like I don't know. We're making too big of a deal out of it or not. I don't know, but it's exciting.
I don't think it's a big enough deal. I mean,
finally have a
big deal.
Female perspective.
Pretty big deal.
What'd you think of being on the rundown for the first time after listening
on the spot, like
for last year?
Don't lie to us because we can tell.
We know.
I don't know. I got my filter, the soft focus filter turned up, so I think you can hide the lies. No, super fun. I'm glad. Like I said, I've been having conversations with you guys in my car for like the last 6 months, whatever it's been. So
yelling at us like, this is the answer.
Yeah, this person's.
Yes, Morgan, I agree with you about Luke Skywalker.
That's grammatically incorrect.
Yeah.
That's probably what it is. Can't they read?
Why do you think that, Darren? So it's a little bit different being on this side of the mic, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be interesting listening to yourself.
Halfway through, I heard the baby cry, and then my husband went to check on my daughter, so I'm like covering up the door frame. But no, it's good. It was fun.
We definitely appreciate you coming on. We're looking forward to you being on Presents with us. It's our Valentine's Day episode. Cannot wait to hear the best date night movies that you guys picked for certain specific genres. We'll go jump on that. With that being said, Morgan, Brett, Meg, you guys are like my 3 favorite people from PA. And, I love you guys.
Wow.
Thanks for coming on.
Wow.
Trying to think of this. Yeah, BT's up there too, so we'll see you next week on the Nerd Rundown.